So this is the about the car video. Essentially, this is a 2000 Mustang GT that I purchased new in 2000. It's kind of a special car. It's in 2000 Ford didn't make any Cobras, and in 2000 I actually was in the market to buy a Cobra. And I went to a Ford dealer in Canton, Ohio, and got to talking to Jim Stinson, a friend of mine, who said, you know, yeah, sure, I'll show you some Cobras. And he got one in, and we went for a test drive in that Cobra. It was like a 97. I was going to buy it used. And when we pulled out of the dealership, something broke loose in the rear end. And I thought, maybe I don't want to own a Cobra that's used. And I got back to the dealership, and my wife and my son were sitting in this car. And they both were saying, we think you should get this. And I really wasn't sure. I mean, I had a GT at the time, a 97 GT, and I was pretty happy with it, but I wanted something a little more powerful. And these had come out with another, it was like another 35 horsepower. They really weren't that much higher rated than the 96s, 97s. And I thought, well, you know, I'll take it for a drive. And I took it for a drive, and I thought about it, and I think it was that night I bought it. It's been altered quite a bit since I bought it. I put a totally different set of shocks and struts and energy suspension bushing kit, and it has iBox sport lines right now, but it had BBK springs for a while. They rotted and broke. The front ones did. Don't know why. Just want to advise, don't buy BBK springs. It has Cobra brakes in the front and cross-drilled rotors all the way around that I bought from Summit back in like 2005. And a host of cosmetic mods, some of which I detest. Like, I'm not real keen on the black side scoops. That's a long story, but essentially I got a phone call about, you know, can I try this? Try something special on your car. It was the guy painting my car who I trusted a great deal, and he did like the way it looked, but over time I've just decided I really just don't care for the looks of the things, so I may end up on this project pulling them while it's down and replacing them. I am happy with the black spoiler though. Some Mach 1 like elements, the black spoiler and the black front spoiler, I think have always offset the yellow really nicely. I think it just would look better with yellow side scoops. Anyways, I've changed the transmission. It's got a Tremec TR3650 with a billet, Summit billet short throw, and a Hurst pistol grip, which I really like the setup a lot, and hopefully it'll serve me well for the next 24,000 miles, because I have no intention of changing that while the motor has a warranty. I put in extra gauges a while back. It's about to get a lot more gauges. It's got a Sony head unit and all JBL speakers. What else has been done to it? BBK throttle body and intake. All of that's going to have to go with the motor or be sold on Craigslist. I'm not going to keep that. And for the most part, for 170,000 miles, the car served me well. It's never left me on the side of the road, although it did just blow a fuel pump and leave a guy working on it on the side of the road. I had a friend of a friend who was going to weld the exhaust system in advance of the engine modification, and he was supposed to put some custom parts on it so that I'd have them when I did the mod. But as it turns out, the fuel pump broke on him, left him stranded. The car's never left me stranded. The worst it's ever done to me is blew a rear tire one time, so I had to use that spare and jack once the entire time I've owned the car, which makes me wonder if it's not a weight-saving measure just to leave it out and leave a can of Fix-A-Flat in there, or use roadside assistance, you know, pay for AAA. I mean, come on. Other than that, It has a center force clutch and a firewall adjuster, which you may be able to see or may not on the video, I'm not sure. And I put hits in it, highs and lows. That was pretty hard to locate the ballast under the front hood. Mostly stock interior, although right now it's mostly ripped out of the back, so you can kind of get a feel for what I'm going to end up having to do here. Back here is where I'm going to mount my batteries. So I'm going to have to move that stock electro-hydraulic unit up about an inch and back about an inch, and I'll have plenty of space for the Optima batteries back there. And the modification basically is fairly intense, so I'm going to leave that for another video. But for now, just know that this car I've had with me for going on 12 plus years, and it's been in many states in this country, and I'm pretty happy with it. And I'm hoping that this modification will give me a little bit more life for the car and make it that much more fun and much more efficient. So we'll just have to see how it goes. That's not a crack, that's bird crap. Okay. I'm Paul Ferris, and this is a video for Coyotify. So if you want to learn more about this car and the modifications, just go to coyotify.com. It's COYITFY, coyotify.com. And feel free to comment or share in the joy, especially if you're doing your own coyote swap, because essentially I want to know what you've gone through for your own modifications, and I'd like to find out why you decided to put a coyote in whatever it was you did. And for that, I'll talk to you later.